All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. All right, so as we know, the stock market is closed today, but the crypto market is 24/7. So we'll take a look at the crypto market. We'll see how prices did today. But in my opinion, I do think there will be crypto millionaires that are made this year. There will be crypto millionaires that are made this year. I think there's a bunch of projects that present those opportunities or sectors that present those opportunities. And I think we'll see a lot of 10Xs, a lot of 20Xs, a lot of 30Xs. And also, if you're in the fastest horse, if you're in some of these cryptos that move first, it also leaves opportunities to take those gains from those positions and put it in something that really hasn't moved yet, right? So that kind of amplifies your gains, right? Now, everybody won't be a millionaire, right? Obviously, it depends on how much money you put in, if you're in the right sector, if you're in the right coin, and you really don't know until the market starts to go, but you can kind of get a sense of what sector is going to provide these type of gains. So with that being said, let's take a look at these charts and let's see how these prices did today. All right. So as always, we always have to start with BTC. BTC is important. Honestly, the market has been taking a slight dip today. It looks like it's rebounding now, but it fell from 96. Let's go out to the 7-day chart. So we kind of like fell out from this 98 and gradually moved down to 95. And right now we're bouncing back and forth. But in my opinion, if we move out a month, really the lows is here at 92, 93. So if we don't break that, we're pretty much hanging on and there's really nothing to worry about, right? Honestly, it just presents a good buying opportunity. A lot of these altcoins haven't made any moves. They're actually still bleeding out. So it presents a good opportunity for you to make some money. A lot of people are watching Ethereum. Again, Ethereum usually kicks off the altcoin season. There's plenty of people on Twitter saying Ethereum's not going to do that well this cycle. I don't think that's the case. I think it does break all-time highs. You got to remember, Ethereum is like one of the most secure blockchain when it comes to deploying smart contracts and things like that. Obviously, you have Solana. You have like things like Sui, Avalanche is pretty good too. But as far as security, obviously Bitcoin is number one, but Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts. But Ethereum's right there, right? And the chart looks great. I think once we get to that $4,000 level, I think it's going to be, we're going to be on the up for altcoins essentially. All right, so what sector do I think is going to mint millionaires this cycle? In my opinion, it's going to be the AI sector, right? I've been talking about this for a while. And again, this is actually a good website. I know CoinMarketCap has, they structure it out into sections, but this website is pretty good as far as breaking it down really nicely. So you have advertising. I'm not sure what advertising is. We have AI, agriculture, art, business, and things like that. But AI, in my opinion, is going to mint millionaires this cycle. And let me tell you why. So right now, if we look at the market cap for AI cryptos, it's $22 billion. And in my opinion, I think the whole market cap for crypto could go to 10 trillion, right? Again, for those of you for math, right? If you take 1 trillion, that's 100 billion 10 times, right? So, and times that by 10, that's how you get 10 trillion. Right now, we're at 3.2 trillion. So there's an additional $6.8 trillion worth of value that I believe is going to come into the space over this year, essentially, and maybe trickle into 2026. Who knows, right? So, yeah, right, and look at it, right? Look, the market cap's 22 billion. So let's just say out of that $10 trillion market cap, let's just use the half of a trillion scenario, right? So if we use half a trillion, that would be 500 billion, right? 500 billion divided by 22, right? So that's a 22x from here, right? If 22 billion goes to 500 billion, this AI sector will be a 22x, right? Now, obviously, it's not going to be spread across that evenly, right? The tokens that provide the most value, the tokens that gain the most traction are going to get the majority of that 500 billion, right? So we can easily see 10, 20, 30 billion go to one of these coins. Easy, right? So for instance, let's just take an example. Let's just take virtuals, right? Virtuals is sitting at 700 million. So, let's just say this reaches a $20 billion market cap. That's almost like a 24 or 25x from here, right? And it's not that big of a jump. I mean, if you look at Dogecoin, if you look at a lot of these meme coins that don't provide any value, Dogecoins is at 38 billion, right? And we're saying virtuals at 25 billion, that's like a 25x. Right. And again, you can't be delusional, right? You can't put a small amount of money in and think like, oh, I'm going to become a millionaire. This is not for that. So millionaire status in crypto is reserved for people, one, that do their research, right? If you're just a person, you see headlines, oh, this is people are talking about this, you're not going to make money, right? So that's one. So these are kind of like the prerequisites of this happening for you. One, you need to do the research, right? Your own research. And I'm not saying you can't use other people's research, but you got to collect research from this place, that place, and kind of come to your own conclusion. All right. So that's number one thing. You must be doing your own research. You must be keeping up with the project. If you're not doing that, you won't become a millionaire. All right. So that's number one. Number two, you got to put a significant amount of money. You can't put, $1,000 and think you're going to become a millionaire, because even if you 25x that, right, that's only $25,000. It's not a lot of money, right? So you got to be a serious player in the game. But if you're a person that has done their research, you're not so opposed to putting a lot of money in the game to make those type of gains, right? Because a 25x is a lot. Just because if you 25x 100 or $200 and you only got $4,000 or $5,000. And you can't see how people become millionaires. People become millionaires because they put a substantial amount of money, right? The way you go waste, $20,000 on a car or whatever, an upgrade for your house. Those same people take that money and they put it in projects that they research, and that 20 to 30,000, 30x. That's how you become a millionaire, right? But again, it really does take confidence. I said this in one of my other videos. For somebody to go to the bank and withdraw $10,000 and actually throw it into one of these coins, it's a process, right? First of all, most people don't have $1,000 saved. That's one. And then two, try it. I mean, if you have the money, it's really hard to just go and withdraw money and put it in investment. People kind of overlook that psychological step in investing. Like when you get to like investing into like 5 figures and things like that, or even 5K, right? People are not used to investing that type of money. They put a few $100 and that's usually the end of it, right? So you got to get serious. If you want to see a lot of gains in this space, you won't be able to do it with a few $100, a few $1,000. It's just not going to think. Now, you could, if you get into a project that just hits it out of the park and you get a 100x, possibly you could do that with 10K, but that's like if you did everything perfect, right? You got in, you got the right amount of shares, you got out at the top, Because if something 100x, that's probably at the top is where it's going to hit the 100x. You're not going to get 100x. You're not going to get 100x plus, most likely. And you probably won't even time it correctly. You probably be out like at 10, 20x. So, unless you just forgot about it and left it in a wallet, that type of scenario. But yeah, you know, but in my opinion, most people should just be looking for a 5 to 10x, right? I think if you haven't been in the space for that long, if you haven't been in multiple cycles, I think looking for a 5 to 10x with 5K with $3,000 to $5,000 invested is a good place to start, right? If it's your first cycle, right? If it's your first cycle, $3,000 to $5,000, in my opinion, you 5 to 10x that, you end up with 15 to 30,000, and then you learn the space and then you continue with that. But again, you're not going to become a millionaire off the back. But I think if you do, it'll be in the AI sector. Now, obviously, there's memes that go crazy, but again, it's really hard to time a meme because memes just come out of nowhere. They just catch fire from nothing. So it's going to be hard to do that. All right. What else? So yeah, I mean, if you look at the AI sector, again, I mean, we said $500 billion market cap. I think could easily be in the AI sector, and I honestly think it's going to be the first sector to move. So yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, nothing pretty much. The market's closed today because of President's Day, so we'll see what the market does tomorrow. Again, we're getting closer to the end of February, and I think it's just going to be on the up and up. If not this week, definitely closer to the end of February. I think we're going to see something great this week, though. A lot of economic data and things like that is coming out, and direction on whether the Fed will cut interest rates is coming out. So, yeah, should be interesting. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.